I never wanna go broke again. Big mansion in a villa. Move my mom from the ends. Contamana fika sofa. I never wanna go broke again. Two paintings in the beamer. Move my mom from the ends. Me, I wanna live forever. Mama, 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 fika sofa. Mama, 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 fika sofa. Mama, 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 fika sofa. Mama. Aïe, ton amour, ça fait que je t'aime tous les jours. I tell you no lie, c'est ton amour. I look up for that come, we want to tell her, nobody, baby nobody, only you, yeah, baby nobody.
Welcome back to my channel, it's Running Marcos. Thank you so very much for viewing and thank you so very much for subscribing. I can't say thank you enough to all of you that have been subscribing, viewing, liking, loving, basically, with all those beautiful comments. Thank you so very much. Just like I always say, I can't do it without you guys, so thank you so very much. So today it's all about Gambian ladies. Even though with the men it was 10 facts, but this time it's just 5 facts about Gambian ladies because the list is too long. We basically can't keep going with the list. There is so much to talk about Gambian women, but I just thought there's 5 points that are very important that people that don't know who Gambian women are need to know this. These are 100% facts that you can't basically miss out, like seriously. Fact 1, 95% of Gambian women are educated, because most of Gambian families like to see their daughters proudly graduate to better themselves. This basically means that Gambian parents, especially the ones that were educated and now have kids, they want their children to basically benefit from all these goodies when you are basically educated. When you're educated, it's easier to basically get a job. It's hard as it is anyways to get a job, not talking of if you're not educated. So a lot of Gambian parents now want to basically make sure that their daughters are well educated, especially us ladies. We need this education because just like I say on my previous video with you depending on a man, that guy will never respect you because you're not there for yourself. So if you're not educated to basically work hard for yourself to make your own money, who's gonna make it for you? The guy that you're gonna get married, obviously that guy would respect you. Come on, let's speak the truth. So a lot of Gambian families, parents nowadays want to basically take their daughters to the best school to basically give them that beautiful life that they actually need, so that they won't struggle later on life, which is really good, which I really appreciate. I say thank you to every single parent that wants to see their daughters proudly graduate like myself. My dad has always been there for me. For my masters, I never wanted to do my masters, but my dad was on me, like on my case constantly. After your undergrad, you need to do your masters. You need to do your masters. I finally did it. I struggled, but look at me now. I've done it, over and done with. So the second fact about Gambians, I know most of some people who actually relate to this or actually do this would basically agree with me, but this is a fact that 5% of Gambian women are not educated. It's either because of poverty or their parents do not want their daughters to be educated to an extent. This has a reason why a lot of people that actually have the money that can take their kids to school, to English school basically, they can take them to Quran school, which is like an Arabic school, or if they're Christian, maybe they will attend church, but not to go to English school. The reason being is because if their daughters are educated to an extent, that could basically have an effect on that child. That's basically their belief, because they believe that that girl or that child basically will abandon their culture and end up adopting the Western world. Well, let's just face it, all of us have adopted the Western world. the Western lifestyle, whichever way you take it, whichever angle you take it, you will adopt the Western world, because they've actually surrounded us, you know. So everyone watches TV, everyone listens to music, we see pictures everywhere. We want to be like Beyonce, we want to be like Rihanna. You wanting to be like someone that's living in the Western world, that's you basically adopting it. So if parents actually believe, oh, my daughter won't go to school because if she goes to English school she's gonna end up adopting the Western world, but even at that, she's mingling with friends that are actually going to school, that have adopted, well, that are going to English school, so they are still gonna end up adopting that Western world, that Western lifestyle anyways. So parents really need to basically rethink about things like that. If they're actually doing that, they need to think about this. And also, the other reason why 5% of Gambian parents do not want their daughters to basically be educated in English schools is because of early sex, so sex without marriage basically. So they believe if you're well educated or you have some education basically to do with English or Western world or whatever, you are going to be, your eyes will be too opened and you will think that you know too much, to the extent that you're going to end up having like a boyfriend, and then you're just going to end up having sex before marriage. So a lot of Gambian parents don't like the fact that if daughters actually if they decide to take the kids to English school, they're going to end up having sex before marriage, which I think is wrong. Either ways, I've had a lot of like maids sleeping with, you know, the buses, and those maids are not even educated. So if you're actually saying my child will not go to English school because they might be involved in early sex, mate, just think again. Either ways, in this world that we're in, men won't even let your child free. If your daughter is beautiful, just watch out. So that's all I'm saying. The third fact is that Gambian mothers like to train their daughters well to be like them. This is a fact. A Gambian woman, like a true good Gambian woman, will always want to train their daughters to be like them and to be able to basically manage their home. So a Gambian mother, as soon as the daughter is basically matured enough to be trained all this house, to basically be a good material for a man, that's when they will then start teaching you good things and bad things, and basically all the house chores, which is starting from cooking, cleaning, washing, doing the dishes, going to the market, basically doing everything. And Gambian women always like to make their daughters be so independent in such an early age, which is very important actually, because then even if, let's say, God forbid, your mom was to pass away while you were very young, from what your mom has actually taught you, you can actually bring that back to life and basically learn and always remember, oh, my mom used to say this to me when she's not here no more, I can always do this. And that really helps daughters a lot, because you can see someone with no mom or no dad, but they can still look after themselves. They will be so independent that you wouldn't even know that they're actually young. Sorry guys, I just had to move away from where I was actually sitting because the noise, it's so loud, because my house is actually, there's just a fence between me and the M6, I think. Is it the M6? So it's so noisy basically when you're outside, and I just want, because the view and the weather is so beautiful today, so I just decided to do it outside. But yeah, so I think, yeah, I've talked about Gambian mothers, how they like to train their daughters to be well mannered, well trained, and well polite, basically, to have that beautiful package. This is the reason why when a Gambian man gets married to a very good Gambian woman, that lady is already fully packaged, because her mother has already trained her really well for her to basically be a good housewife, to know how to manage her home in a very early age. So that's why a lot of Gambian girls nowadays get married in a very early age. But just like I say, because their parents have actually taught them in a very young, tender age how to actually look after themselves, so which is always good to basically take with you when you're getting married. So my fourth, I think, yeah, my third or fourth fact about Gambian women is we love looking beautiful. We love to look beautiful for our men. This is a fact, and we have a secret. So if you're not Gambian, or you're thinking of getting married or dating an African lady, you might as well pass by Gambia and see what you can find there, because we've got a lot of goodies. Like, when I say a lot of goodies, we've got light skin, we've got the beautiful dark chocolate colors, we've basically got them all. So if you're actually looking for a beautiful African lady, pass by Gambia, you won't regret it. If it's African food you want to try out, we cook good, especially when it comes to the jollof rice, which is the benachin. And so we have a secret for our men, and if you're Gambian, or if you're a Gambian man, you should know this by now. If you've dated obviously a Gambian lady, is our waist beads. Our waist beads are always there when we have a man, even when we don't. But I think a lot of young people don't actually know the meaning of beads, so they just wear it just to look good. But there's more into wearing beads. So when a Gambian girl actually, or a lady, has a boyfriend or a husband, they basically, I think it's every month or two, they have to change their beads, so that the man won't get used to the same kind of color beads. And there's like a whole lot of different, I can't even explain the beauty in beads. So if you don't know what beads are, I will basically show you guys a picture so you know what I mean by beads. So a lot of Gambian ladies, when they get married or have a boyfriend, but they're very, very young, I'm not talking about this to bad wives, but I'm talking about the ones that are very, very young. They will have like a jar where they will actually put churai. This is basically a nice, it's a scent, basically a very nice scent. It's like perfume. It's basically mixed with different scent to basically create this beautiful scent. So they will then put that in a jug, and then they'll put the beads in there, and then keep it, leave it there till it's beautifully smelling good. Basically, I don't even know a word for it, but bit more heso dal no like heso. Why? Oh my god, the smell is beautiful. You cannot underestimate a lady's waist. I'm not even joking, especially a Gambian one. But in order to basically experience this, you have to be with a Gambian lady, and not just any other Gambian lady, but a Jonge one, a true Gambian woman. You will then experience that beautiful beads. And the good thing about it is that just before the night starts, they like to decorate their rooms, their bedroom, with the beads on the bed, on the dressing table. Basically everywhere there will be beautiful colors of beads, different designs, with their beautiful underwears everywhere. And then the churai as well, the andi churai, everything will be basically set out. And basically the andi churai is like a pot made out of clay. And then what will basically happen is that the clay, they will basically put ashes in there and charcoal, and then they will light it up and then put that scent on top of it, and then the room will basically smell so beautifully. Oh my god, Lolomo, that's basically called Nobel. If you actually go in that room, that's how Gambian women actually keep their man. If that man goes into that room, just know that you will not come out again. No way. So a good Gambian woman will never have a wuja, I'm telling you, because you keep your man so well. That's all I'm saying, full stop. So you men know what I'm talking about. If you have a second wife, you know your reason why. But I know if you're actually loyal to your first wife, God, you also know the reason why you're loyal, because you know that that lady keeps you well with those waist beads. So I know good Gambian women, when they're actually married to a man, they're not only married to the man, but they're married to everyone close to that man. So the man's family. So when I say everyone close to the man, it's basically the mother-in-laws, father-in-law, sister-in-law, aunties, uncles, everyone that's close. Because the reason why is that Gambian women are very smart, because they know when they keep those loved ones, their husband's loved ones, around them, chant them with love, they know when there's a problem, they know where to run to. And because you still have your family, but when there's a problem between you and your husband, before you go to your parents, I think it's best to go to your husband's family first for them to get it sorted out. So if you're actually in a very good relationship with your in-laws, it's easy. All you have to do is dial and call and explain what's going on, or cry to them and leave it to them. They will fight for you to the end. Your husband can't basically mess around with you because you have your in-laws tied on your waist, because you're basically married to them. When I say married to them, you respect your in-laws, you love them, you show them so much love, and the love that I'm actually talking about is not a fake love, but a real pure love. You spend time with them, you visit them all the time, you contact them all the time. When you cook a nice food, always dish out some for them. It doesn't have to be all the time, but when you know, oh my god, today I'm cooking chudu tirikong and my father-in-law loves this so much, dish out just a bit on a bowl and then take it to him and say, hey, I'm here for you today, mom. Man mala togal and I cooked this specially for you to come and eat. You won't eat no other person's food. Do you know what relationship you're actually building there? Do you know? If you don't know, I'm telling you now. If you're actually doing that, keep doing it, because if you keep doing this, you will never ever lose your man, because your husband's parents will never ever allow that marriage to break. Even if your man wanted to find another wife, basically a co-mate for you, he will have to rethink about it, because the first thing he will say is, the way my parents actually hold my first wife, is this gonna work? Marriage is very important. To know the important people in your marriage. It's not just for your husband, it's not just your husband. If you know the people that are actually there for you, which is part of your husband's family, those people are actually the pillars of your marriage. Those people are the pillars. And I'm telling you, I know that a lot of people say, oh my god, this girl, she's too young, like what is she talking about? Yes, I'm young, but I'm full of experience. I'm not married yet, I've never been married, but when I'm ready to get married, trust me, I won't regret anything I put myself in, because I know what I'm actually putting myself in. So marriage is not all about you and your husband, it's about your husband's loved ones and also your loved ones. Put them all in the topic, put them all, get them all involved in your marriage. They will be the main pillars of your marriage, and it will just make your marriage very strong. Because if your mother-in-law is actually sitting with your husband, just them two together, you'd have no idea what your mother-in-law is actually saying to your husband. She might be advising him, hold her, she's a good woman. Let me tell you something, men are very close with their mothers. Men are very close, and they do listen to their moms very well. So that's just a fact. So another thing is that Gambian ladies, when they're actually in a marriage, whether the family was actually happy together before she actually got into the marriage and basically be part of the family, or it happens while she's in the marriage and that happens, let's say for example, her husband's family, her husband and also some of the family members of the husband basically clashed, and they basically had a fight or arguments or stuff like that, which is basically falling everything apart, and basically everything is falling apart. What a true Gambian woman will actually do if they're actually in that marriage, they will try and bring the family back together. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. It's either they talk to the husband. Trust me, what they always say is that a true woman knows how to basically get her man to do what they want. So if that man is actually the basically the backbone of the problem, and if he's okay, everyone else will follow. That woman will do everything they can to basically put that man straight and then get everything sorted out. When a good woman, a good Gambian lady does that, the whole family end up valuing her so much and cherish her so much that that lady's marriage can last up to 30, 40 years, 50 years or forever, till basically they're no more, both of them. So, and last but not least, I think it's, we are polite, we're hardworking, we're lovely, we're friendly. That's why we're called the smiling coast of Africa. We're welcoming, you know, we smile all the time, like we smile all the time. We're very friendly, we're kind, we're welcoming, and we're not greedy. If you come to every single Gambian home, when there's time to eat, you will eat. When there's time for breakfast, lunch, dinner, we will basically share our food, even if it was meant for 2 people and other 2 came, we will basically share that small tiny food that we have.
And can I ask a question?
Yes, sure.
Whether the Gambian lady can cook, or is it the man who normally cook, or is it the lady? I forgot to ask about that.
Gambian.
And whether they know how to cook benachin, because I love benachin.
Gambian ladies know how to cook, and they will never ever let their men go in the kitchen to cook, unless the guy is being romantic, which there's nothing wrong with that. They will actually cook every single day. And you know what I like about Gambian women? They will never cook something without their husband authorizing it. They will always ask in the morning, honey, or whatever name they have for their husband, what do you want to eat for dinner today or for lunch? And the husband will say what they want. They will never ever complain to say, oh my god, that's too much effort, I'm not feeling well. No. You know what true Gambian women actually say? Say. So for most of you guys that actually don't know what I just said, it's basically a true Gambian woman, when they get married, they always say, I'm here to basically melt. I'm not here just to be married to you, but I'm here to melt, which basically means forever. They will do everything to please their men. I'm talking about the good ones, so I'm not talking about the bad ones. So thank you so very much for tuning in today. I've truly appreciate it. I can't thank you guys enough. And keep watching, keep subscribing. Like seriously, I'm loving all the comments, the likes, the viewing, the subscription that you guys have been doing. Thank you so much, and keep it up and keep sharing.
But the last time you bring about Gambian guys, and today you bring a Gambian lady. Why do you bring Gambian lady today?
Because few people have actually commented, and thank you so much for requesting for this, because I was actually waiting for someone to request for it, even though I knew if someone would actually comment to say, oh, talk about Gambian women. But thank you so much for requesting for it, and I have delivered. Hopefully you did like the content. Bye.
Like a party, let's move it on. Hey, hey. Yo, hamga yama yula. Hey, can I jum yo jumala? And I do believe in love. I just wanna feel your touch.